Good day everybody, this is Ignicus Icarus doing a spotlight on some of my toy collection. This being the my whole collection of Bayverse Transformers. This toy line started in 2007 and has paused temporarily to 2014 and is now awaiting a relaunch when the Transformers 5 comes out. So yeah, let's start this off. So we're going to start this one out by everyone's favourite and one of the first characters we see, which is the Bumblebee. This being the original Camaro, the old vintage one. Pretty good figure of my time. Mine's a bit bust. The peg right there, like the little piece snapped, but the wheels actually do pegging at the top, so it's not that big of a deal because I can still turn his arms. This guy used quite a lot of ball joints, and I think his road mode looked really good. He's one of those ones that does not really need a lot of paint, and his vehicle mode was pretty good as well. And his feet are like really loose. That's probably the only problem. But yeah, I'd say this guy is a pretty good one. Right, on to the next one. The first Decepticon we see is Barricade. This guy was pretty good. He is a custom paint. 911 numbers there. A few other things, and he did have this radio, which is Frenzy. I would cut between there, but unfortunately mine is bust, so I can't do that. Either way, I still think this guy's pretty killer. He's got some black there just to kind of camouflage it in when I snap him in. That. I'd say Barricade was pretty good. It's probably the better version out of all the deluxes. Second best, first best being the Human Alliance version. Just let's sort out some lighting. That was a pretty good one, that Human Alliance one. I've seen that, that was really nice. But yeah, if this is the only one you can get your hands on, he's not too bad. Right, next one. Rescue Ratchet. One of the first Voyagers of the movie line. Just getting set to sort out the lighting. This camera's being a bit stupid right now. Not the camera, my lampshade. Yeah, this guy was pretty good. I was given this guy second hand, so I had to make him some arms. Some elbows. Used bits from one of my Energon figures. They do bend, and I'm going to carve it into a hand eventually, but I've not got around to doing it. And I've done that like several years ago. This guy was pretty good. Bit chunky. But as the deluxe versions came along, they kind of resorted the proportions, make him a bit skinnier. But overall, I mean, it's not like his arms are too short or anything, or it's just the fact that his legs are really thick, like really big bulky legs. But yeah, I think this guy was pretty good. Right, next figure. Now having a rise of the Decepticons as soon as Megatron awakens, he, calls upon those other Decepticons. Starscream's already on Earth, hiding. There's an F-22 Raptor, this being the Fast Action Battler version. Never had Starscream, so someone gave me one. And this is a pretty good one, actually. These bits sometimes click out of place, but, again, it was pretty good. The one thing I do not get is why Hasbro put hinges in his wings. I just don't get that. But yeah, his gimmick still works, but I'm not going to show that off because I don't want to do an individual review of this guy. But yeah, all those I have done reviews of, their links will be in the description, such as Crosshairs over there, as you probably seen right there. But yeah, this guy was pretty good. Right, next toy. Movie Swindle. I got this guy from, now we call these charity shops in the UK, but in the United States of America they're called thrift stores. So you could say I got him from one of them. He's the drone that appears in the Armada video game. Sorry, not the Armada, in the Transformers the movie game. I like how he's got a bit of wrist on his ball joint. And he has been slightly modded so that his head can turn. Albeit this is Transformers. He does have a gimmick. Again, it was pretty cool, but I don't have any parts for him. I'm going to try and make some. But again, you know, he's pretty good in my opinion. Even though he's only got one arm. And he still transforms, but it's just his car mode looks really weird. But yeah, this guy wasn't too bad. His leg design was interesting. But yeah, next figure. And the next movie figure was a cool one. Another one from a thrift store. Bone Crusher. He was missing a lot of bits. Such as these bits on the back, which I used a staple and flattened it in half and stuck it in there, and it still transforms actually. I really like this guy's rubber mode. He's one of the ones that I'm not really going to paint, and if I do, it's probably just going to be to paint these cardboard bits. But yeah, I actually like all of the colours. I like the mix between the tan and the dark tan. I like the head sculpt as well. I think this guy's got a really nice rubber mode. The one thing I do not get is, why the heck did he have these? What is it, like Slenderman arms? But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool anyway. But yeah, I actually really like this guy. His vehicle mode's good, but his rubber mode's really good. It's just a shame the lack of articulation and like elbow joints. But yeah, still. Next figure. Yeah, the Cyber Slammers Barricade. I actually just got this one just because, you know, I like the vehicle mode and I just wanted to try and see what these guys were like. One thing I don't get is his arms on springs, but his head can rotate. But what I did like about this most was this little switch locked up. It sometimes does not work. There we go. His car mode looks pretty cute in my opinion. Just a little chibi police car. It's got some really good details. But yeah, this guy was pretty cool. Actually, I love the police car mode. But yeah, there's not really much to say about that one other than the fact the police car mode just looks really cool. Yeah, let's get on to the next one. And this is the Scorponok. He was good. Because he never actually died in the film. At least, I don't think so. Anyway, I can't remember. I think he may have done... Oh, no, he didn't. I think... No, that's right. Jetfire smashed his head with his fist. Jetfire just went bang. As he said, he's too old for this crap. I like the detail. Caution, fuel, explosive. And he's got lots of little details. This guy's pretty good. He was from that deluxe pack which came with 3 little figures. And I don't know where those are at the moment. They're around my room somewhere. But yeah, this guy was pretty good. I like him. And the paint of the tail just kind of get rid of that horrible grey. Kind of blend it in with the rest. And I think I've done a pretty good job. But yeah. He can sting. If you cut that off, you could make it fly about the place. But yeah, I'd say this guy was a pretty good figure. Alright. Next one. If it isn't Crankcase. Now, I never actually saw this guy in the film, but he is a repaint of Cybertron Red Alert. We did see him in comics, because in the UK we have this company called Titan Magazines who would do little Transformer mags and all that. And this guy featured in the comics section, where Cybertron was being mutated into Unicron. Which was pretty strange, but yeah, it was kind of like, you know, a different universe. I think Jazz came back in it as well, but he was evil. But yeah, Crankcase. Cyber key slot there. Hazmat operations. And Decepticons. It was a bit like Barricade with the Punishing the Slave. But yeah, not really much to say about this guy, other than the fact he's pretty darn cool looking. Right, next toy. For those of you who didn't notice, the one back there was missing. Yes, Nightwatch Optimus Prime. They're probably thinking, what the hell is he covered in? I tried to paint him like the original movie Prime, but then I had a change of heart and removed it all, and it didn't come off so easily. But yeah, his gun had snapped off, so I just turned it into a regular cannon. And this... that comes out. I like to pretend it's a flamethrower. I think this guy was pretty good at the time. He is. He's got a custom face to kind of give him the mouth, and he did have some automorph, which is pretty cool, and his whole feet as well. Pretty cool. I mean, this one liked to do that a lot. But yeah, this guy was pretty good. I would have liked to have the original movie Megatron, but given the chance, I think this guy was just cooler than the original Megatron. Just because as well, Megatron changes his alt mode all the time, whereas this guy only changed it once. But yeah, in the American release, he did have teal on him. But as a leader class, I'd say he wasn't too bad. He was good. And then when Revenge of the Fallen came out, that one was better. But I think for the time that this guy came out, he was really, really good. And I actually like this version. But yeah, so, next figure. You remember that Real Gear series they did for the first movie? Well, I've got 3 of the figures right here. I have Nightbeat, who is a bird who turned into a iPod. I have, I don't know what this guy is called. He turns into a watch. And funny thing is, he appears on himself. His alt form is moulded on his wrist. And then we have Spy Shot. So that's, and he's pretty cool. He has a little clicky button. And the original instructions actually say for you to have his legs like that, which makes him look fat. I prefer to keep him like this, kind of makes him look a bit skinnier. And he's also got that on the back. That was peeling off, that's why there's tape on it. But yeah, I'd say these 3 were not bad. I would have liked to get one of the other ones, like the controller one. The game controller. But yeah, next figure. Okay, so now we're on to the Revenge of the Fallen segment. Yeah. This is when things really did get hectic. As you can see, there's not that many left. So let's move on to the Revenge of the Fallen section now. So now it's a pattern here, really. We started the first movie with Bumblebee, and we started Revenge of the Fallen one with Bumblebee. This guy's actually a hybrid. I did have the original because when I had this guy, I had the 2-pack. But the original and this guy is a remold of the original. The original one, the Mech-Tech All Bust. So not Mech-Tech, the Automorph All Bust. Didn't never work properly in that one. It was too tight and all the gears just shredded each other. So yeah, when I got this one, I tweaked certain things, such as removing the cannon arm and giving them the old arm. This pit is from the Revenge of the Fallen one. I mean, all these parts are the arms and the lower body are different. Legs are from the original as well. They jam up a bit, but not as bad. And yeah, this guy still transforms the same, and this still fits in the same. It didn't really look any different. But yeah, I'd say this was one of the better out of the Bumblebees, because some of the others just could not look right at all. Whereas this guy looks much more movie accurate than some of the bigger ones did, except for the Movie Alliance version. Sorry, the Human Alliance version. That one was pretty good. I liked how these ended up on his knees. But yeah, that was on the Human Alliance version. But yeah, I think this guy was pretty good. I loved the grill bits. Okay, next figure. Soundwave. Interesting concept, because he was a triple changer, this one. Not in the film, but the toy was. He had a satellite mode, and then he had a weird spaceship mode. He did have a missile shot at the back, which is supposed to be Ravage in his proto-form meteor mode, but I lost that. I really like the head sculpt. The head sculpt's very nice. This guy was pretty good. I've painted bits of him, and he's not fully complete, as you can see. You can probably tell the difference. I've painted some gunmetal on. I want to put chrome on him. When I do get some chrome spray paint, as you can see with that certain particular character at the back, I'm going to put bits of chrome on all of them. But yeah, this guy, he's not too bad. Quite liked him, really. Just, shame that the deluxe class was a bit kibbly. But yeah, pretty good. And I do like the blue. I'm going to keep the blue when I customise him. So yeah, next figure. Well, speaking of Ravage, the Deep Sea one. Now, when I got this guy when I was in the US on holiday, along with Ironhide, you can probably see him back there, and Wolf Cybertropus Prime. And, so I'm a bit bunged up at the moment. And, I dropped this guy in a hot tub by accident, and it resulted in this. Very squeaky. Yeah, not as squeaky. He's not as squeaky as he used to be. He used to be like really squeaky. I like the gimmick. I'd say this is more accurate than the original version they released. Because he's got the red eyes. The red eye. And his colours are just more metal. But yeah, I think this one's better. And again, when I do get some chrome spray pan, I'm going to turn all this black to chrome. Maybe keep the blue. But yeah, this guy was pretty good. Better than the original version. Okay, next toy. Hey, the old Corvette. The Stingray. This guy is given me second hand. He was a second hand one. And he's actually busted in a very bad way. I'm going to move this kibble out of the way. Ooh. The hinges on the back are gone. So I've stuck inside, probably can't see it very well. Right, if I just focus, a clear elastic band. So if I was to pull this down, it springs back up. Sometimes wedge it there and just, because then that keeps everything held together. And it still transforms actually. This doesn't fit together as well as it should, but it still works though. I think this guy was pretty good. Again, I am going to, in fact, you know what? I'm going to chrome his whole vehicle over when I get my chrome spray paint. Because the silver's good, but it just look better in chrome. I will do an update video when I've chromed a load of these, and your eyes will probably hurt like mad afterwards. But yeah, pretty good figure in my opinion. Next one, Wheelie. This guy came in a 2-pack with Sideways. This is probably my least favourite deluxe class, just because I think that the transformation is really too complicated, and he's just too thin. Like, it's too skinny. He doesn't always stand very well, and he's not kibbly, but it just feels very flimsy, and nothing like pegs in anywhere at all in his robot mode. But he looks good though. I just don't appreciate how skinny he really is, because it just leads to him looking really weird, and his legs are not awfully great either, to be totally honest. But I mean, he's okay though. His vehicle mode's nice. His transformation's a pain in the ass though. Right, next figure. Speaking of Sideways, here he is. And unfortunately, one of my cousins did this. They snapped this off, but also, that was what that thud was you heard earlier. Yeah, this just fits in there. I mean, it can still transform, but just doesn't really hold on that well. This is one of those where I really like the ramp mode. I'm not really gonna. I might chrome bits of him, like the silver there. This is one of my early customs. That was a very bad painted hood cap, like where you put the fuel in. But yeah, and just like Barricaded did have chicken feet, but I've tried to straighten them out as much as possible. I'm not pegging bits in. But yeah, I don't know why I had red in him. It's an interesting contrast, but I'm still going to chrome him. Okay, next figure. This one was pretty good, but yeah, let's go on to the next one. Hi. What a brilliant deluxe class. Like, this guy is just brilliant. He's the most movie accurate looking. He looks brilliant. He's big, he's bulky. Sometimes he moves his arms, these bits wobble, but I don't mind. His transformation was a bit annoying though. But he was good. He was a good, solid figure in my opinion. I really like this one. I don't get why it has metallic bluish colours, but he's one of those which does not really need that much custom paint because of how well he's done. I mean, they even got the JMC logo on, and usually they can never do that because they don't do it with the previous vehicles. I mean, did you see Sideways when you use original before I painted him up? It looks horrendous. I like how the back kibble is. There's barely anything there. But yeah, this guy's just great. He's brilliant. The Hunt for the Decepticons version, this one is. But yeah, I'd get this guy if you ever find the chance. Because he's brilliant. So yeah, let's get on to the next figure. It's another one from the thrift stores. Breakaway! When I got this guy, the only appendage he had was his bloody leg. Also he suffers from GPS. Yeah. Now when I got this guy, I just got some old barnacle joints. Same what I'd use for my custom Grimlock. I just stuck him in there. And these were his hands. I've not done his leg yet. I'll go around to figuring out how I'm going to do that. This guy actually still transforms the same. The only difference is... Oh dear. That was not expected. The only difference is that these stick up a bit in the vehicle mode. But they don't mind. They kind of fill in the gap that this gets. Yeah, so sorry about that camera problem. I did not expect that to happen. But yeah, this guy's got a really tiny head. But yeah, I don't know where the blue pen came from. It was like that when I bought him. But yeah, I think he's pretty good. But yeah, next one. Okay, so this isn't exactly much of a figure as it is something really cool. I've got two of these actually, so I'm going to show you. I've got this one. And I got this one from another thrift. This one, and then the next one I'm about to show you is from a thrift store. I've got it, but bigger. So let's shrink it down. Actually, this one's got that painted on, which the bigger one does not, which is a bit stupid. But yeah, I'd say the bigger one is better, because this guy, you just those, and then pull that. That always does that. This one's always done its problem. This one's bloody hard. But yeah, this is just... like, they could have done more with this. They could have made these split out of the sides instead of having the top come out. Yeah, let's just get on to the big one. The big one's better. And I'm going to show this off because pressing this button, these should really be up here. But they're not. I don't mind. But yeah, that just looks... also, that always does that. This is pretty cool. Actually, I do like this. And there would be some missiles that would shoot out of there. But they're not there. But again, I like this. And these actually come out of the side of it. And that always does that as well. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is a very nice Peterbilt truck. This is really cool. This is one of the reasons why I got this, just because I really love the truck mode. I'm going to paint that. And sorry about that, my camera had cut off. But yeah, as I was saying, I am going to chrome bit to this guy. Such as the silver and all that. Just kind of bring out some really nice highlights and paint up your bit. But yeah, this was really good. So yeah. Next one. These next two I've got were just bloody weird. Ejector, who turns into a toaster, and Scalpel, who is very poorly designed because his little ball joints in his legs constantly popped off. You can kind of see why I've only got 3 left, and also the sockets were crap. And the camera had cut off again. So as I was saying, these two, they're alright. This guy's better than this one. This guy's legs just pop off all the time. What the head sculpt though? Toaster, microscope. This guy tried to cut into Sam Witwicky's brain. But yeah, my biggest problem was, this guy was okay actually. This guy's legs, they're loose as hell. The ball joint cracked there. But yeah, these just wish the legs were on hinges for this guy. This guy on the other hand is not too bad. He's strange. He lost one of the plug socket pieces, but I don't care. He's just very... these two are just very... see what I mean? His leg just... sorry, but yeah. It's just these two are very strange, that's all. But they're part of the movie series, so... yeah. No, they're okay. But they do have their flaws. And the leg just pops off again. But yeah. Right, next figure. Right, next figure. I'm going to try this without the lighting to see how it goes, because it's a bit brighter now. So this is Revenge of the Fallen Dead End. He's a scout class. His arms, this one is horrendously tight. So much so that the other one was, and it snapped that off there. So I had to rip this actual piece off and glue it back on whilst loosening the ball joint. His head sculpt is weird. He's interesting overall. I mean, he's got a really weird vehicle mode. And if you can hear that noise, that's my PC. That's just the fans. But yeah, this guy was pretty cool. We did not see him in the movie or any comics. It was just nice that it was made, because he is a pretty cool one. It's funny, because sometimes they call him Detour, and sometimes they call him Dead End. I prefer Dead End, just sounds better. But yeah. Next figure. I'm just showing you these bot shots, this Megatron one, because this is vaguely like his movie, his Revenge of the Fallen tank mode. Same with the Nemesis Prime one here. It looks vaguely like the Peterbilt with a trailer. And these two were just smashed together and all that. I had Acid Storm as well, actually. And at first when I saw videos of these guys, I just thought they were, like, rubbish. But then when in your hands, they're actually really, really good. Especially the jet ones, because they just look really cool. But yeah, I'd say that these three are pretty cool little guys. Acid Storm being a chase figure. But yeah, these aren't too bad. Right, next figure. Okay, we're on to our Dark of the Moon figures now, and there is only 2 figures, and only 1 actually featured in the movie. Alright, let's move on to that section now. Human Alliance Scout Class Sandstorm. A triple changer with a robot mode, a vehicle mode, and a very weird artillery gun turret mode. This guy was reissued as a moon buggy version. I think that was a Decepticon, I don't know. But yeah, this guy's pretty poseable. What I don't like about him is his arms pop off very easily. They're not loose, you can pose them. But I just don't like these joints at the wrist. Because when you're sometimes posing him, that happens. And it's very annoying. But yeah, his head's interesting. This chest is basically the vehicle mode seat. It's got a waist joint, which is pretty nice. He's got a lot of cool joints in him, actually, this guy. But yeah, this guy's not bad. And his gun clips on the side in vehicle mode, and the ports that he holds into his hand is big enough to clip on the mech tech gun. But yeah, this guy is not too terribly bad. Right, next figure. I have had to turn the light on for this specific one. Megatron, yeah. I showed this off in my Q&A video if you guys saw that. And Sandstorm fell off. But yeah, this guy is pretty badass. Focusing on his head. He's wearing his cloak. I just pegs him very tightly. Just flip that round to the back. As you can see. Whoa. There we go, camera's just focusing a bit. He's got some black there for his battle damage. I love the way this guy was designed. I've seen the knockoff version, which is absolutely huge, and the electric features are crap, but the actual figure itself looks really badass. It's just an oversized version of the original paint job, like being all grey and that. But yeah, this guy's really, really good. It's just a shame he was not leader class size. I think that's what most people had a real problem with. But yeah, this guy is a great solid figure, and I'd pick him up because he was the only one from Dark of the Moon I really cared about. Now, I do want to get the Sentinel Prime, but the leader class version. So yeah, this guy was amazing. Right, next figure. Oh Christ. These guys are starting to be extinct now. Yes, we are onto the Age of Extinction counterpart. And these were controversial, these toys, because these were using simpler transformations and people were liking them, but not liking them. So, let's get to it. Due to the nature of this one, I've had to turn lights on because these guys, they're all customs. Crosshairs. And we all remember that this guy had some pretty nice engineering as the original. But his paint was bland as hell. Well, not anymore. I mean, really. This guy just looks brilliant. I love the way how this turned out. I like his double jointed elbows. I love his engineering. I've lost one of his pistols. But to be totally honest, the pistols... Why give him 2 pistols when you should give him 2 SMGs? And these SMGs are not actually that accurate, but they're as accurate as they come. Except for some people who go around 3D printing better versions. Also, those heel spurs are really tight. But yeah, I'd get this guy and then paint him up. Because he does need a paint job. Because the Hasbro version, and this is really stupid, paints, and what better way to start it off than the one that Crosshairs actually rides, which is Scorn. Now this is a lance, but in the film it's actually a whip. I do have his knife, I just cannot be bothered finding it at the moment. I know it's not in there. Really, really nice. I like how, you know, like how cool he looks. And, you know, he was originally red. Like, the whole thing was solid red with bits of orange. Which is, But to be honest, I think this paint job just looks better. Because he did have red on him in the film, but not the way Hasbro did it. It was all scratched off and stuff. And it was the same with Strafe. He was blue, but not quite to the extent that Hasbro did it, where there's, you know, and in the film it was all scratched and worn. But yeah, Scorn. Pretty good Dinobot. Spinosaurus. Wobbly leg. But yeah, that's Scorn. Right, next figure. Second to last. And this is actually the second Dinobot I got. Scorn was being the first, obviously. But this was the second. And it was pretty good in my opinion. I like how they put a waist joint in him when it's not part of his transformation. That's really kind of cool. The original toy was all solid purple and red. I kept the original grey from the original toy and just painted gunmetal paint all over and added some silver paint. I've still got the original silver paint from the original toy, but yeah. Painted the eyes red because they never get the eyes right except for Scorn and Strafe. But yeah, he's pretty good. His helmet is that of a Steckhelm. Very nice head design, I will say. So yeah, now on to the final and the best. Dinobots transform! Sorry, I had to do that. But yeah, this is the crown jewel. And quite literally, this is the new and improved custom Grimlock. Just turn the lights off there. Just give me a sec to get it to focus on his head. There we go. As you can see, highlighted little teeth on the inside. Still get the chrome. It's got some brass highlights here, just kind of bring out that detail. Really works very well in the T-Rex mode, actually. On the back there. The eyes are red. Inside of the mouth is red for T-Rex mode. Also, I filled the gap in on that jaw, so now this, when that folds down and clips into T-Rex mode, he actually has he has hydraulics, which look much better than Hasbro when they were lazy and just left a friggin' enormous gap. But yeah. Also, he has a massive mace made out of his tail. And some extra kibble here and there. But yeah. My crown jewel of my collection. So, that's it. That's the end of it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it as far as, you know, if you made it to this far, then thanks. I do appreciate it. So yeah, stay tuned, because I might do another one of these. If this one does well enough, I might do another one. On my, over some more of my Transformers. So yeah, this has been the Archangel showing Grimlock and all the others. All the other movie figures. I popped them there and said they're not on there. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and have fun. Bye.